Hi, Hacks Recaps here. Today I'm going to explain a Chinese fantasy movie called Snake Girl. Movie starts and we see a few hunters are shown at the start who had visited in the forest in search of a specific plant because there was a threat in the forest. They were given modern weapons. Meanwhile, one of the hunters witnesses a girl there who has worn a snake skin as a dress. Then it is observed that an object is preceding these hunters quickly. What was that object? It remains invisible. At the same time, a titan snake appears there, and it attacks these hunters. Then they start firing at it to rescue themselves. Due to this, titan snake becomes aggressive, and it begins to victimize them one by one, and he begins to hunt them. One of the hunters falls into a cave as he enters to check this cave. Then he observes a glistening object there, which was actually a glistening plant named lithospermum. It is revealed here that they had come here to discover this plant lithospermum, so that man informs someone while calling. At last, I have got lithospermum. Then a girl appears there, wearing the snake skin, observing her. This man thinks wrong about her. Then Titan Snake also appears there and causes the death of this man. It is known here that Titan Snake and this girl have close bond of friendship between them. They both are deeply in love with each other. In the next scene, some investors are seen in the same forest who are not satisfied from the head named Zhang of this mission because he did not show the map of profit to them till now. Then Zhang asks his main scientist named Lin Cheng to tell about this project. Then Lin Cheng reveals to the investors, our current operation remained about successful, and we will soon discover the plant lithospermum. On this, the investors say to Lin Cheng, you are our perfect main scientist, so we cannot put your life at risk to send you there, because no visitor has returned back from there. Zhang's daughter tells those investors, you need not to care about this, because our best security officer Zai Oyen is also accompanying Lin Cheng. He is skillful in his work and the survivor of the last operation. Hearing this, one of the investors expresses, but he is still not ready for this operation. Then a butterfly sits there which is killed all of a sudden by Zai Oyen. Then it is revealed that one of the eyes of security officer Zai Oyen is robotic. Next day, Lin Cheng along with Zai Oyen and his team for the research project. Meanwhile, it is seen that the snake girl living with the Titan snake, she is keeping an eye on them. After a time, these people reach near a cave where bats-like creatures start to attack them. See this? The men of Zai Oyen begin to fire their guns at them. Afterwards, they start fleeing, turning themselves, and they are able to get rid from this creature in some way. In the next moment, Titan Snake starts to attack them. Then Zai Oyen and his team begin to run away in some way. At one side, Lin Cheng is drowning into the water. After a while, that snake girl comes to him, and she secures the life of Lin Cheng. Seeing them, Titan Snake also comes to them. On the other side, Zai Oyen is running to the forest along with his team. Meanwhile, he also fixes some atom bombs on the tress, and they also get ready properly to attack the Titan Snake. At the same time, Zai Oyen glimpses a placed skeleton there. Then he begins to remind all past memories through his robotic eye. Titan Snake begins to appear there as he was glimpsing the flashback. All fixed bombs begin to explode with the rapid movement of that snake. Afterwards, Zai Oyen's man attacks Titan Snake with an advanced weapon, and he makes it captive at the same place. Consequently, Titan Snake cannot take any step, and they start to attack it from its surroundings. On the other side, that snake girl brings Lin Cheng out of the water, where Lin Cheng was still lying unconscious, and that snake girl was also sitting beside him. In the meantime, Lin Cheng restores his consciousness, but that snake girl hears the Titan Snake's hissing, so she starts to run to that direction in order to rescue her friend Titan Snake, the direction where the hissing sound was coming. Contrarily, Zai Oyen is going to attack Titan Snake with arrow. At the same time, the snake girl appears before the Titan Snake, and she herself becomes victim of this attack, so that shot arrow is stabbed into that girl. Titan Snake is gone mad, witnessing this incident. Now it begins to kill Zai Oyen's men one by one. Due to this, all men of Zai Oyen are met their end. Lin Cheng also reaches there. When he observes that snake girl is bruised and unconscious, then he comes outside, lifting that snake girl, where that girl was still lying in a state of unconsciousness. She was not restoring her consciousness. Lin Cheng has her bracelet, which was being keenly observed by him. Meanwhile, it is noticed that Titan Snake has approached to rescue the snake girl. Meanwhile, the girl wakes up. Then it is known that it was just her nightmare. Neither that snake girl never observed nor experienced such things before. Consequently, she is very confused here. On the other side, Lin Cheng is scanning the bracelet of the girl. Through this, he comes to know that there is 1% lithospermum plant in this bracelet. After a time, Lin Cheng makes his contact with head of this research project Zhang, and he reports to him about this completely. Zhang gives Lin Cheng full support while motivating. Afterwards, Lin Cheng tells Zhang that, I think, this girl used to live with the Titan snake from her childhood, so I want to research on her, keeping her here. Later, Zhang's daughter comes to Lin Cheng there. In the meantime, the snake girl flees after coming and stealing her bracelet from there. When Lin Cheng comes to know that she has run away, then he also chases to catch her. On the other side, that snake girl reaches a couple while running, and she was observing and meeting the human beings Tody for the first time. Due to this, she is not understanding anything here. She is still in a conflict. Then scene shifts to the three boys, who had earned a little money after selling the batteries, and they're planning to host a party here, complete with alcoholic beverages. Meanwhile, Snake Girl also approaches to those boys. One of the boys is checking the battery there, but the plug of the battery is touched with other boy's body while glimpsing the girl, and their alcoholic drink is also fallen down on the ground. So they begin to bear the electric shocks, including three boys and the Snake Girl. Titan Snake was also sensing the pain and the trouble of the Snake Girl, so he begins to crawl towards the urban area in order to rescue the Snake Girl. On the other side, Lin Cheng immediately removes the plug, coming quickly. Then he returns back, accompanying the Snake Girl. Next day, Lin Cheng starts teaching her the way of living like the human beings, but that Snake Girl was facing a great difficulty to adopt this way of living. She was finding trouble even in wearing a dress. Afterwards, Lin Cheng starts to observe that Snake Girl. Then he comes to know that Titan Snake has enlarged because of eating the plant lithospermum. It means that he has transformed into Titan Snake from a normal snake. Otherwise, the Snake Girl and Titan Snake can sense the pain of each other. On the other side, Zai Hoyan is seen in a bar who is saved actually from the Titan Snake, but he is in full rage because of the victimization of his companions. In the meantime, Titan Snake has approached to urban area to rescue the Snake Girl. Later, a businessman is shown who is conversing with someone on a call, where his younger daughter is playing at a distance. As the skateboard of this girl moves to the tree, Titan Snake directs it towards that girl. Seeing this, that little girl begins to move towards the tree, where she notices the Titan Snake, and it is also keenly observing her. Then some of the people abduct this little girl, appearing from backside, and they drive back, getting that little girl into the car. Now the little girl is shown in the car who is in worried state. Meanwhile, Titan Snake crawls to that car, casting a glance at it. Everyone is left astonished, and they send the little girl out of the car as a food of Titan Snake. But Titan Snake folds itself around their car tightly in aggression, and it engulfs their car within a moment. Then this little girl sees a stabbed arrow into the body of Titan Snake, and she pulls that arrow from the body of the Titan Snake. Due to this, Titan Snake's pain is little relieved. Then it is seen that Snake Girl also senses this pain, so she wakes up immediately, and she tries to explain something, showing a snake toy to Lin Cheng. Then Lin Cheng comes to the urban area, making her ride on the bike, where Snake Girl starts to guide him about a location. Then they both reach the same location, where that little girl had pulled an arrow out of the body of Titan Snake. On the other side, Titan Snake comes at the bank of the stream, and he ejects the car from his mouth. When a man sitting beside their witnesses it, then his condition is gone worst. At the first sight, Titan Snake also goes into the water. Contrarily, the Snake Girl had also approached here while tracing him, but Titan Snake is also not there because he had gone into the water. Next day, the news of Titan Snake has gone viral. After this, police and snake hunters also begin to catch it. Meanwhile, the news of the little girl also comes on the scene, the same little girl who has been rescued by Titan Snake. On the other side, Zhang's daughter tells her father that Snake Girl and Titan Snake have ability to detect each other. Taking the advantage of this, we can catch the Titan Snake easily. We can conduct the research on it later. But Lin Cheng is not ready at all for this. He says to Zhang's daughter, "You don't know how threatening that Titan Snake is." Afterward, Zhang takes Lin Cheng along with him, and he says to him, "Look, I understand you, but you may think if Titan Snake is caught by someone else, then what will they do with it?" He also says that I will keep Titan Snake and Snake Girl in the forest safe and sound. Lin Cheng says on this, that place is not safe. Their both house can still not built. It is seen later that Lin Cheng is so upset because of the whole scenario, and he hasn't a clue what he should do in these conditions, because he wants to rescue Titan Snake and the Snake Girl. He does not let them receive any harm. Afterwards, Lin Cheng brings the Snake Girl with her at a place, and he begins to tell him about his parents. Lin Cheng is drowned into sorrow while revealing these facts. Then that Snake Girl catches his hand and asks him to smile while consoling him. Meanwhile, Zhang approaches there along with his whole team. Reaching there, he makes Lin Cheng unconscious. In the meantime, the Snake Girl is imprisoned by them, and they begin to give her the highest electric shocks. Now Lin Cheng restores his senses, and everything was happening before him, but he remains unable to help that girl in spite of his will. Then Titan Snake begins to sense that the Snake Girl is in pain, so it reaches there after tracing the Snake Girl, but they had set the highest electric shock railing in the Snake Girl's surroundings. When Titan Snake comes forward to rescue the Snake Girl, then he begins to receive electric shock. The electric shock was highest, so Titan Snake loses its senses at the spot. Now Zhang's scientists start experimenting on Titan Snake. Lin Cheng was also stabilized completely, and he was in stress because of the whole situation. When he tries to move outside, witnessing all, then security guards forbid him to go outside, but Zhang orders them, let him go outside. Coming outside, Lin Cheng is seen in full rage. He decides to rescue Titan Snake and the Snake Girl at any cost. On the other side, scientists are checking the chronological age of the Titan Snake. Then it is revealed that the Titan Snake is 350 years old. Contrarily, Lin Cheng goes to the Snake Girl and brings her outside after rescuing. Then Lin Cheng tries his best to bring her into the consciousness, but she was not restoring her senses. And Lin Cheng is grieved because of this, and he starts weeping because he had started to have affections for this girl in reality. Otherwise, the girl had also rescued him from drowning. At the same time, Lin Cheng observes a battery there, through which Lin Cheng tries to restore the Snake Girl's senses after giving her electric shock, but the Snake Girl was still not stabilizing. Seeing this, Lin Cheng begins to put blame on himself for all these happenings. If he could not bring this girl here, then nothing had happened as such, but in normal routine. Suddenly, the Snake Girl restores her consciousness. Titan Snake also comes into its senses as the Snake Girl wakes up. As a result, all begin to run away after being afraid. Then Zhang and his team start to fire at it. Due to this, Titan Snake also begins to precede them. Then all people start running, feeling fear. Then Zhang's daughter tries to cope this commotion, but Titan Snake throws a tank on all of them, in which Zhang and his daughter both are wounded. After this, Zhang's daughter loses her breaths at the spot, but injured Zhnag does still not stop. He does not lose his hope. Standing up, he attacks Titan Attack with his full force. Titan Snake falls at the same place. Then that Snake Girl also arrives there. The scene shifts from here, and the next day is shown, where it is seen that the Titan Snake is still alive, and the Snake Girl becomes sentimental. Seeing it, at the same time, Lin Cheng also reaches there, but that Snake Girl starts considering him a villain. Later, Lin Cheng touches the Titan Snake in the same way as that Snake Girl used to do. Due to this, Titan Snake does not harm him. After it, Titan Snake and that girl return their dwelling, where Lin Cheng is also approached with them, where much lithospermum is in front of his eyes there. It is seen here that Snake Girl is still angry from Lin Cheng. Then a tracker is seen on the body of a Titan Snake by Lin Cheng. He understands on this. It will surely be fixed by Zhang. Zhang's team is nearly to approach here. Thinking this, Lin Cheng immediately comes out of the cave, where Zhang had approached there along with his men. Lin Cheng tries to stop them of doing so here, but Zhang shoots his gun at his leg. Afterwards, Lin Cheng says to him, putting his gun on his body, "I will end all obligations which you showered over me." Saying this, Lin Cheng fires the gun at himself, but bat-like creatures begins to attack them again. As a result, they all start firing at them, but these creatures begin to kill them one by one. Meanwhile, Zhang enters the cave, and he becomes excited, seeing the lithospermum there. Meanwhile, Snake Girl arrives there. At the first sight, Titan Snake swallows Zhang. Lin Cheng is still lying injured outside till yet. The Snake Girl becomes sorrowful, witnessing him so wounded, and she begins to weep. Then Lin Cheng returns the Snake Girl her bracelet. Then it is exposed through flashback that Lin Cheng had known the DNA fact of the girl before, but he had deleted all his research project detail, whereas This fact could turn his research project more successful because of the illegal scientific research. Zhang's company has been shut down. Then little girl is seen with whom Snake Girl is also seated. Otherwise, Titan Snake is also present there, and it is casting a glance at both of them. Afterward, this film completes here, showing Titan Snake. Thanks for watching.